got a lot of.
James Brown power out.
That's energy, though.
James Brown.
You're better off. Because if you knew what you were doing, you'd never do it, right?
You'll start fading in 15 seconds, all right?
Let's wrap it down now.
30 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next president of the United States, President Donald J. Trump.
So no cheesesteaks over to your plane here.
No, now we're going to get we're going to have.
We have time.
Perfect. Look at they're doing great. You see the energy. Huge. Big difference. See, 4 years ago.
100%.
Don't let it. Oh, that's even better. Great job, everybody. Thank you. Fantastic job. Except Marco.
Georgia, a key battleground state in the race for the White House. The current U.S. president will debate the former U.S. president's first in American history.
This is a pivotal moment between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump in their rematch for the nation's highest office.
On my drive here, I saw throngs of people supporting Donald Trump. I saw a handful of people protesting Donald Trump. I did not see a single one supporting Joe Biden.
We are so happy to roll out the red carpet because Georgia is Trump country.
Former President Donald Trump touched down at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, greeted by a group of supporters near the tarmac.
The chair of the Republican Party in DeKalb County, and we are going to vote DeKalb red, and we're going to vote for President Trump like you've never seen before. You're going to make Joe Biden regret that he's standing there for an hour and a half. You're going to eat his lunch.
There is so much energy here. People are really eagerly anticipating his arrival. People have been out here for hours. They said they wanted to make sure that they secured their spot, and they got right up against the fence.
Joe must go! Joe must go!
People are hungry to be proud of this country again, and that energy is, I think, something that Trump is bringing that nobody else is.
That's it. That's it.
We'll go with Donald Trump. We out here in Atlanta streets, streets voting for Donald Trump.
How do you think he's going to do at the debate?
I think Trump will obviously be victorious, win the debate. I just think it's great that he's out here showing people that he'll keep going in and, stand up to the mob, I'm saying, which is big. A lot of people are starting to switch over, support Trump. Trump's definitely got the black vote back. Even the people over there, they confused, they brainwashed. Black Lives Matter, they out here. Black Lives Matter as a saying, like, do Black Lives Matter? Yes. Organization's a crock of shit, man, know what I mean? Joe Biden don't care about black people. How many homeless black people, those people drive by to come here to hang these signs up today? They drove by tons of them. Immigrants is getting this money all day. This is the immigrants' place right now. Trump is the only person out here that wants us to make money. Trump is the only person out here that wants the economy to get good. He cares about your family. Joe Biden don't care about your family. One thing about it, if you're going to support Trump and you on the battlegrounds like I am, get out here, drive, make that extra drive. Get out there, put your flags up. Don't be afraid to wear your hat, man. This is our country. We can wear our hats. We don't got to be afraid to wear our hats. Don't got to be afraid to rep Trump. You don't got to be afraid to be proud that your president's trying to save your life. You know what I'm saying? There's no problem with that.
Well, the stage is officially set. Both candidates for tonight's debate are in Atlanta at this hour, gearing up for the debate, set to take place in just 3 hours.
Joe Biden doesn't have a plan for America. Kamala Harris doesn't have a plan for America. So they're focused on, let's get into
Out here is what's called the spin room, and it's exactly that, because this floor will be full of people who are campaign aides or supporters spinning the message for their candidate and spinning the message of their challenger.
So Corey, you were here in a similar position, what, 8 years ago?
Whew. True.
Right?
Yeah.
You and Hope Hicks were doing everything. You were like a two-man band.
Yeah.
Honestly. How's it different now?
Oh, it's completely different. Donald Trump is a completely different candidate. He has a breadth of knowledge which he probably didn't possess 4 years ago or 8 years ago when we started this, that now is going to come out, and he's ready for tonight. He's ready to lay out his vision for America.
Donald Trump is the president of peace. If you want war, go the other way. If you want peace, I think Donald Trump's your man, and that's a big part of why he has my support as well.
I think people have come to realize that our politics was being run by people who had forgotten that the source of our greatness was hardworking, everyday Americans. Every country has rich people, every country has famous people, but the people that led this country are completely isolated and out of touch with millions and millions of hardworking Americans from all across the country. And the priorities of our government were the priorities of white-collar workers living in New York who made a lot of money off globalization, while, you know, the rest of the country was getting screwed by losing our factories and jobs. Trump tapped into it. He gave voice to it. And I think the outrage over his candidacy revealed how out of touch the establishment in both parties had become.
What do you expect from this? Obviously, he's about to walk into the CNN studio, which might be more dangerous than when he went to North Korea. So, I mean, what do you think's going to happen?
I don't think those external things are going to impact Trump.
This is the CNN presidential debate.
Matter of days, he's going to be picking a vice president, potentially. And, you know, there's a lot of people in this room that are under contention for that. You're one of them, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
when do you expect that call to come?
Well, I don't know. That's his decision to make. Right. But the good news is he's got like 10 people to pick from that are all better than Kamala Harris. You know, so whoever he picks, he's going to be great. He's always good at picking people like that. And there may be people that aren't vice president that are in this room that are going to get a chance to serve in other positions in his administration that are critically important. I think it matters who the Secretary of Treasury is, of Energy, of State, Attorney General. So the good news is we are blessed with a lot of really talented people. And the Democratic Party's got Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I mean, that's not very impressive. And for Trump, I mean, his preparation has always been he's out there talking to voters, giving speeches, talking to people out there, and, you know, that's the way he's always prepared. I was joking on the bus that when I was running for president, I was like, we were there for 2 days getting ready, and this guy would fly in on his plane, do the debate, and leave. And I'm like, that guy's winning. We're losing. Why don't we do that?
Right.
Except we didn't have a plane. But.
Right.
Now, please welcome the 46th President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Biden's walking out right now. What do you expect tonight? Do you think Biden won well?
You know, I think we've made a mistake in the Republican side where we've really lowered expectations. If he comes out here and he has a pulse, the media's going to say, oh, Biden exceeded expectations, when the standard is not, are you able to stand up for 90 minutes? It's, are you actually able to deliver a message? So I think that we have to be realistic here that it's going to be a disaster by any objective standard, but the media has played the expectations game in a way that I think is going to benefit Biden. I think Trump is just fundamentally way better. So no matter how the media tries to spin it, I think the average person watching at home is going to say, well, clearly one guy has the energy to do the job and one guy doesn't. And I think that's the way in which the debate will be best for Trump. But we'll see. I think the big advantage for Biden here is there's no audience, right? Like, Trump feeds off of people, which is important. Like, when you're leading human beings, you have to be able to interact with with him. I think it's a huge disadvantage for Trump that they don't have. It's already starting out terribly for Biden, which is good. But
I can't even understand him right now.
No, I can't.
You know what he's even saying?
No, and he coughs in the beginning. Biden does not sound good right now. So we'll see.
Make sure that it reduce the price of housing to $15 for an insulin shot as opposed to $400. No senior has to pay more than $200 for any drug, all the drugs they could include beginning next year. His debt, we'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID, excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death. I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look, he's the one that killed people with the bad water, including hundreds of thousands of people dying. It's so bad with Afghanistan. We are living in a rat's embarrassment, most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. Migrant crime. Our veterans are on the street. They're dying. They left American citizens behind. Suckers and losers. The whole world is blowing up under him. He should apologize to me right now.
Right now, as we speak, there is a deep, a wide, and a very aggressive panic in the Democratic Party. It started minutes into the debate, and it continues right now.
I think the worst moments for Joe Biden really came at the very opening of the debate.
Yeah, they were a disaster for Biden. I mean, it's just not good. It's bad for the country. Like I said, they're watching. I mean, our adversaries have television, you know. They have TVs, and they're going to get to see this, and they make analysis about all this.
I think it was fairly embarrassing that the rest of the world gets to see this.
He didn't do well at all. He did not do well at all.
The Biden campaign has collapsed, disintegrated. Joe Biden is clearly a man in decline.
It's clear he's unfit to be president of the United States. He's unfit to be an elected official. It was an overwhelming win by President Trump.
Do you feel like he did what he needed to on an issue that could motivate voters in the polls?
I think it's significantly insignificant.
They're already talking about trying to replace him. Look, this debate tonight will have long-term repercussions.
President Biden had one job tonight. He had to settle his own party. Joe Biden's job was to reassure them tonight. He did not do that. He did the opposite of that.
Is that okay?
Brilliant. The end of Joe, I think.
We hit him hard. Felt very good. He's a bad guy. Thank you.
I think it's critical if he were CEO and he turned in a performance like that. Would any corporation in America, any Fortune 500 corporation in America, keep him on as CEO?
Donald Trump had an amazing night, an amazing debate.
Ever wonder what food is served on Trump Force One?
The meal is here. Double quarter pounder with cheese, 10 chicken nuggets, fries, warm. Sure came. Obviously, the sauces that you get here, tangy, barbecue, ranch, 2 McDonald's ketchup packets. Meal of champions. Certainly a victory party tonight for the team up there.
More fallout from President Joe Biden's poor debate performance this week. It has campaign surrogates on the defense.
Less than 24 hours after that first big presidential debate, Donald Trump
in Virginia after a strong debate last night. President Biden telling terrified Democrats that he's not going anywhere after a bumbling debate performance set off a full-blown panic and calls to step aside.
He's holding crisis talks with his team today following a disastrous debate with Donald Trump.
Shocked and horrified would you have been?
Dave, good morning. Were you like just the rest of us watching like this? Just couldn't quite watch the screen, just thinking, I mean, is this really the best America has to offer?
Only about 1 in 4 voters think Biden has the cognitive ability to serve as president. 3/4 think he shouldn't be running.
during 2020, they advised him not to come to Virginia. And I met him a couple weeks ago, and I said, we might be able to win this thing. Come on. And so I was so pleased that the day after the debate, he said, I'm coming to Virginia.
Governor Youngkin, we're told, is going to appear with Trump, and that would be the very first time both of these individuals appeared together during campaign 2024. What are people saying about this?
It's good to come up. Okay, good. And I'm going to bring you up. Okay. Last night was amazing. We had a great time. I think if we brought out a lot. We brought out a lot of weakness from this gentleman. He's a bad guy, was never a good guy, and we're going to win big. And let's see what happens.
Jill was talking for him at his rally.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens to him. But he's a bad guy. I've known that for a long time. Thank you. Hello, Virginia. Did anybody last night watch a thing called The Debate? He got the debate rules that he wanted. He got the date that he wanted. He got the network that he wanted. Crooked Joe Biden spent the entire week at Camp David resting, working, studying. He studied very hard. He studied so hard that he didn't know what the hell he was doing. Hello, Governor. I can't miss this guy in the crowd. But his son's much better looking than him.
Beautiful night. Look at how many people are showing up for a rally. People understand what's going on in this country right now, and it's just an honor to be a part of the movement, to fight, to take back our nation, and give people back their rights in an insane, crazy world. I love when my sons and family come, you know, it's really nice. One of my sons, a young man, he just turned 18, who's now going to college, got into every college he wanted to, but he is my boy. Barron Trump, stand up, look at him. Barron. Oh, look at this. Hey, you're pretty popular. He might be more popular than Don and Eric. We got to talk about this. Hey, Don, we got to talk about this, huh? Welcome to the scene, Barron. I don't know.
Exciting out there. People are really, the passion, amazing, through the roof, bigger than 16, bigger than 20.
Sum it up in one sentence, how the 2024 campaign of Donald Trump is different than the 2020 campaign. What is the biggest difference you notice in how this campaign's operating?
Just execution. If there's one word to describe it, it's just execution. Every single minute, every single day.
Do you think people are surprised that it has come back?
There's some people who were. They might have been skeptical, but the big thing now is they're coming home. They're coming home every single day, every single week, every single month. More and more people are coming home, joining the movement, backing President Trump. It's exciting to see.
And new polling from the Wall Street Journal shows Donald Trump expanding his lead.
Yeah, this poll, first of all, shows that Joe Biden's trailing Donald Trump by about 6 points, 49-43.
To now 6 points over President Biden.
Joe Biden reportedly anxious and angry over his re-election prospects.
I don't walk as easy as I used to. I don't speak as smoothly as I used to. I don't debate as well as I used to. But I know what I do know. I know how to tell the truth.
He is staying in the race. Biden vowing now to remain in the race. But a new poll shows most voters would rather he bow out.
Demographically, Joe is losing huge parts of his base. Democrats, the Biden campaign, the mob and the media, they are all desperate, and I mean desperate.
This guy's extremely dangerous. Donald Trump is a one-man crime wave. Trump is a threat to this nation.
Left-wing leaders, including the president, have regularly told their constituents that Trump and his supporters, by the way, are xenophobic, white nationalist Nazis.
Biden, Kamala Harris, the Obamas regularly imply or straight out say that Trump is a racist as though it's a given fact. I mean, just on Monday, Biden was telling his donors it was time to put Trump in the bullseye.
There was really nothing unusual that day.
This is a big crowd.
It just felt like a normal rally day.
Secret Service asked us if we wanted to sit behind the stage.
When I walked over to the fence line, that's when I saw the commotion going on.
What's happening?
Right here! Right on the roof!
I can hear the shots coming in the room.
Somebody just lost their life.
How could a gun get into this secure area?
Donald Trump was centimeters away from not being with us.
God wants him alive.
What's going on there? Are they having riots? No, it's from all different mountains. You know, they ought to put a one-year penalty, you burn the flag. You burn the American flag, you go to jail for 1 year. And they say it's in the Constitution, but they have to change it. You shouldn't be allowed to burn the American flag. I got monkeys coming out.
Hello, hello, hello.